Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today, taking flights in the WizzAir A320neo.
Just knowing, even though I'm in this bad situation, I'm not in this bad situation.
Whoops, sorry about that. Today, taking flight in the Airbus A320neo on a flight from Vienna to Bucharest. So, flight's about 75 minutes, head up to cruise, potentially a little bit of turbulence here and there, starting raining here in Vienna right now, before we make our approach and come into land into Bucharest. So, got ourselves a nice flight today. Like I say, plenty of few storms, plenty of bit of turbulence we've got to deal with today, but for the most part, we should be flying fine. So, in a couple of minutes, we'll jump in the cockpit, start preparing the aircraft flights, and let's see how things are for today. So, just jump in, OFS panel, turn on the batteries, align the IRS, turn on the cruise supply, arm the emergency lights, seat belts automatic, smoke automatic, seat belts leave off for now, set the heating to about medium. Morning everyone, how are you all doing today? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. That's all fine, strobes automatic, logo lights on. Down to the FMS, nope not yet, sorry. External power active. There we go. Have some brightness in displays. There we go. Aircraft slowly comes to life now. That's the cargo door closing. So baggage has been loaded. Jet bridge is in place, and that should be in place for a little while the passengers start boarding the aircraft shortly. Also the brightness to the backup display, so I keep forgetting. Right, clear you, visualization. Let's plug in our flight plans. Departing from Lima, Oscar, Whiskey Whiskey, on a flight to Lima Romeo, Oscar Papa. Turn there. Our flight number today is Whiskey 6 3054. Cost next today is 5. And our cruising altitude is flight level 370. That's in IRS initialization, align on reference, confirm. Next page, let's us fuel the aeroplane, shall we? So we require 14,831 pounds of fuel. 14,831. Yeah, exactly 49%, won't it? Yep, that'll do. Close that. Fuels in the aircrafts. Let's plug in the rest. So zero fuel weight is 52.4. Center of gravity 21.3. And our block fuel on board is 6.8. That all looks good. Right, let's jump back to the front and let's start the boarding process of our passengers. Xbox One Flight 2020, not yet confirmed. It'll either be later this year or early next year. Alright, start of flights. Information loads. There it goes. So Vienna to Bucharest. That's our flight number. Cruising altitude 37,000, not 35, please. Flight time is 1 hour and 12, so 1 hour and 15. Time to take off approximately, well, 12 minutes it should be, but give an extra 10 minutes to that. 27. 12, 22 to 21 minutes. Flying an A320neo with 171 people on board. Confirm that. We don't have Wi-Fi, don't have entertainment, we don't have boarding music, I don't think. No, we don't. We have got a safety briefing for WizzAir. We do have a snack service, we do not get a meal service. And with that, our flights can now begin. Today flying WizzAir today. Flying the WizzAir Airbus A320neo. Right, back to the FMS. Let's program the rest of it, shall we? Flight plan. Our first waypoint shall be a Denmark. From Denmark we fly to Verda. Vida, sorry. following Alamo. And then it's Liget, Nipot, give it a second, there we go. Insert that, scroll down, Nipot's next airway. Ulmin to Enema, Tosfi, and that is that. Flight plan complete. So insert that. That's all fine. Let's introduce ourselves to the passengers, shall we? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this WizzAir flight 3054 from Vienna to Bucharest. Flight time today at 75 minutes. We are just in the final stage of preparing the aircraft ready for takeoff, and so we ask you to head to your seat, sit down, put your seatbelts on, ready for your flight today. Any questions, speak to cabin crew. Otherwise, we ask you to sit back, relax, enjoy flights with us today. There we go, so let's say public address, the general one.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this WizzAir
So
flight
that's sign
3054 from Vienna to Bucharest. Flight time today at 65 minutes. It is the final stage of preparing the aircraft ready for takeoff, and so we ask you to head to your seat, sit down,
No, departure.
flight today. Any questions, please cabin crew.
Departure runway is going to be
Sit back,
runway
relax, enjoy
29er.
flights today.
Well, I'll do that. Just do that. Runway 29er via the Adept to Papa. No, Adama to Charlie, sorry, there we go. Insert that. And that, our flight plan is now complete. Performance. Set the speeds. Flaps 1 for takeoff. Flex temp is 72. Transition altitude 10,000 stays there. And that completes. Set the autopilot now, so switch you to QNH. Get the METAR information here for Vienna. There's no active ATC right now, but we're using IVAO today, so I'll do that. METAR. Multiple whiskey. QNH 1014. Visibility's plus 10. 13 knot wind, 2 It's quite a strong wind there today. Fuel class 1300, 33 as well, broken. 7 degrees, dew point 5. That's not too bad today. So QNH 1014. Speed set to 250 knots, below 10,000. Set our altitude to flight level 370. And our rate to climb initially 3,500 feet per minute. That director set and sets. RS lands in 2 minutes, so we've got a couple of moments to wait, otherwise we are now done with the aircraft setup. While we wait, let's have a look around Vienna, shall we? So we've got a few aircraft dotted around. Again, flying with the Gaia Simulations add-on, so we have got the a very nicely detailed Vienna. And again, it does look fantastic, this. It's a really good scenery. Gaia Simulations, what they've released so far has been fantastic. So I've got this, I've got Berlin Tegel. I'm considering getting Florence, although it's not an airport I fly to too often. I know you've got a train coming in from the city. It does actually match that of the Vienna Airport Express. The Euro Sprinter at the front, double stock at the back, and painted in the green livery. Very nice indeed. Again, it's a really good scenery list. Just the level of detail throughout everything it's great. It really is. Yep, let's hope we don't die today. So basically, I did this flight on... Who's on the train there? Did this flight on Wednesday, sorry. Although during the approach, my internet decided to cut out on me. So I thought I'd already do the flight today, because at the end of the day, I hate leaving flights incomplete. Especially ones that people request, so do it again, hopefully get a landing in this time, and then continue on with another flight later. Alright, IRS is lined, we'll start up the APU, and then we'll check the flight plan, shall we? So So put you into plan mode, leave you at 20, zoom, follow the flight plan along, that looks alright to me, perfect. So back to arc, leave you at 20, switch you to performance, so again it's 1, 2, 3, rotate, 119, V1. Hopefully we'll have the controller on our approach into Bucharest today. My last attempt at this on the controller today, I was like, oh hey, I was waiting for you and you landed, so I was like, okay, sorry, I'll do it again this weekend, see if I can get you. So fingers crossed, we have the controller over to Bucharest today. Otherwise, yeah, it's a relatively simple morning flight this. Welcome Liveries, welcome Marcus Gross, how you both doing today? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. OQ is stabilising now, so that'll be ready in a couple of moments. Currently flying on IVAO. My vaccine account got suspended over no reason, and therefore they won't talk to me. Nothing I can really do, I'm afraid. Yes, there is a freeway Bucharest scenery out there, and I have downloaded it for today's flights, so we do get to enjoy some of the benefits of that as well. There you go, AP starting up, sounding rather good. That is fine. There we go, AP available. Lead active, give it a few seconds to power through the systems. External power off. Aircraft, someone coming in to land or something. Let's set the predicted wind shear to automatic, E to Tara, and leave the system on automatic. At this stage, we are almost ready to go. Just now a case of waiting for the final passengers to board the aircrafts. A few empty seats here and there, but looking nice and full today. There's 181 people on board, so if I scroll down to the bottom, you'll see there's very few people not on the aircraft. So that was on the aircraft. Willie's now boarding as well. So 5 more people left to board. Any second now we'll hear the boarding complete sound. Always boarding complete call from the cabin crew. No issue day for 2NX at the moment. Seems to be working fine for us.
We're ready to go when you are. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables,
Pushback today. That's all set.
Upright and locked position for departure.
All fine.
Cabin crew,
Head
prepare
panel.
cabin for departure.
Everything is set up as they should be. That's all fine. That's all fine. That's fine. Cool. So, turn on the beacon lights now, and let us call the pushback time over. Pushback. Set the engine mode to ignition start. And as soon as we feel the pressure on the nose gear, we shall start our pushback. Yeah, should be a good flight today. The scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator is always really good to look at. And so, certainly a lot for us to enjoy this morning. There we go. Target mode released. Engine 1 starts. The N2s are increasing, so that means we've done the right stuff. Very shortly, request a turn to the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Emergency exit signs. Avārijas izdejas apzīmēts ar ekstrīmēm. Officer from Veto total of 8 emergency exits šā lidmašīnā ir 8 avārijas izdejas. 2 doors are in the front, 6 izdejas atrodas priekšējā lidmašīnas daļā. 4 emergency windows are over the wings, 4 stāvārīs izējas atrodas virs spārniem, and 2 doors are interior, 2 izējas atrodas lidmašīnas aizmuguriendaļā. In the event of evacuation, leave your luggage and follow the floor path marking, which will guide you to emergency exits. Evakuācijas gadījumā atstājiet savu rokas bagāžu lidmašīnā un sakrīt apliesojums norādīt līdz avārijas izējām. Please take a moment to locate the nearest you, keeping in mind that it may be behind you. Lūdzu, informējiet avārijas izējas atrodas jums tuvāk, paturot prātā, ka varat izties aiz jums. Now we're going to show you how to use seatbelt sections parādīsim, kā izmantot drošības jostas. Please fasten your seatbelt and secure tightly. This is how to close and how to open it.
Active. Ailerons.
Now I'm going to show you how to use the oxygen mask and how to put on the life vest.
Radar. Active.
The oxygen masks are located in the panels above your head. In case of loss of cabin pressure, the oxygen masks are automatically released.
Flaps down. 1.
When released, pull the nearest mask towards you. This will activate the flow of oxygen. Lai aktivizētu kābekļa padevu, paraudiet tuvāko masku. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, secure with a strap,
And as soon as the number 2 engine is stabilised, we're going to taxi over to the runway.
After putting on your own mask, please help anyone next to you who may need your assistance.
And the anti-systems in case you require those today, which we almost certainly do.
Your life is located under your seat in a sealed bag. Jūsu glābšanas vest atrodas zem jūsu krēsla. Do not remove it unless otherwise instructed. Neizsmiet noslēgt saņēmuši šādu instrukciju. Remove the legs from the pouch and pull it over your head. Īstenībā glābšanas vestu iepakot un pārvalciet pāri
Auto brake won't set until we get to the runway, because at the end of the day, if we apply any braking, it will disconnect the braking, so we leave those until later. Pushback ATC, if you're not active right now, we shall test the runway, so test active, parking brake released, torque increase. Passengers don't expect departure for another 8 minutes or so. So in terms of our on-time missed delay, should be alright. As we're in the runway within 8 minutes, should be alright. Increase, slow taxi into the runway. We'll probably increase that a little bit further if we needed to. Yeah, skids in the cabin. Welcome to flights. And close the cockpit door. Can't forget that step. So taxi down to the end of runway runway 29, correction. Hold short, do a quick visual check, make sure that no one is on the runway, make sure everything's clear. And as soon as I'm happy for departure, we shall do that. Oh, 767-300, I wonder what sim they're using. Possibly X-Plane? Can't think of any, even X-Plane, I can't think of too many 767s around. Very underrepresented aircraft in Flight Sim. PC spec's in the description, JJ. Which just scroll down, also in the description. It should be. Nice and busy at Vienna this morning. Got IVAO and an Emirates both at gates. Got a few airplanes to the right over there as well. So you've got an Austrian. Runway side. Runway is relatively clear this morning. We've got a very nice tree line to look at. And just the level of eye candy in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's just one of those things that really makes this an outstanding platform. Morning everyone, how you all doing? Welcome newcomers. Yeah, there's a fuel fix on Nexus mods, Fitzy. So well worth downloading if you want to try and get correct fuel flow in the 747. There is a mod for it that fixes it. How have you found controls on final? Really sluggish on this. Seems to be clear for me. I've not had too many problems with the final approach physics. Most aircraft seems to handle rather well for me. Yep, both on YouTube, both on Twitch. Alright, pre-takeoff checklist. Auto brake set to maximum. Cabin check. Takeoff config sets. With that, our pre-takeoff check complete. We can now call the cabin. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Please be seated for departure.
Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Please be seated for departure.
Right. Do a quick visual check, make sure the runway is clear. So one aircraft over there, but no one's on approach. No one's on the runway coming into land. Runway's clear. Landing lights active. Takeoff lights set. Takeoff lights set. Let us now depart. Microsoft Flight's been making that fuel cancelled overseas trip next month. For me, I've had about 7 overseas trips cancelled, so yeah. I've had a few to miss out on, including the 747. Sad an aircraft I had a ticket to fly on, but will now most likely never fly on. Right, on the runway. Throttle up 50%. On into a stable. Up to flex. Forward pressure, stop for primary channel rotation. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Right, gear up. Auto trim all the work for the climb out today. So an immediate left hand turn. So to the flight plan, the routing. So fly the initial heading. And then switch over to autopilot to do the rest of the work. A little bit of a cost on that takeoff today, but nothing too major, nothing we can really handle ourselves. That's up. Speed set to climb. Also set to 250. Let us now activate the autopilot. So activate autopilot, climb at 3,500. With that, aircraft's now doing the work. Yes, Drawyah do have 747-400s, but when do I ever look to fly on Russia. Likewise, what's their fleet status at the moment? Do they plan to retire soon, or what's their future? I know Lufthansa have the 748s, and so do Korean, so they're in no position to retire those just yet, and so there is the opportunity, but just less and less so these days. Yeah, I don't trust level climb. A lot of people have said that it's got issues, and therefore I'm going to not press that. Spoilers, reset. Oh, turn ignition. Let's do that. So at that point, so we've got seatbelts active, land lights active, and the anti-ice, which you are very much in need of for the turbulence, not turbulence, but the icing today, clouds today. But I bet you Sim will still freeze the aircraft over. This is another thing for doing that recently. Flight time 1 hour and 15 minutes. 1 hour 15. Ah, welcome from Bucharest, Macau. How are you doing? Welcome to the chats. Have you ever flown to Vienna with WizzAir? If you see Captain Joe, we'll let you on his cargo like 74. I wish. I wish. I mean, I'd really like to fly backseat in a Lufthansa cargo at some point. One of their MD-11s. Experiencing that would be fantastic, but again, almost certainly never going to happen. You've never flown, have you? Interesting. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? As soon as you're 16, you can fly on WizzAir without the need of an adult. Same as where I am now, so 16, you don't need an adult to fly with you. You're free to fly on your own. And there we go. We've left all the storms and the issues down below. Now over the clouds. Pristine blue skies. And there you go. The aircraft has frozen over, but the fact the anti-icing is activated right now. So, no unknown why the aircraft just keeps doing this. It's cold, so that's for sure. As long as the leading edges are thawed, that's what matters. Yeah, trust me, Warhawk. Someone from Lufthansa will be flying the real aircraft right now, not just a computer game. But like I say, I'd like to do, for example, another one I missed out on was the... what was it? The Tupolev... No, was it a Tupolev? It was a... Oh yeah, Tupolev 154. So Tu-154 flown by a couple of Russian airlines. Although... I don't do the APU bleed yet. APU bleed is switched off right now. Although the aircraft was hired back in May, replaced with 737s. So what are they called? It's Drawyah. It's Drawyah. They used to fly Tu-154s. Now cancelled. But they're still in the fleet. They're now used for special events and excess flights. So there is still the opportunity to possibly fly that one. If I went to Russia and timed around it, then it would work. 747, again, it's not really much of an opportunity, but there is still some. Well, we've still got a few 4-engine jets left. Tri-jets, very, very few of these days. Did Microsoft have optimised Microsoft Flight Simulator? Compared to the initial release, it's certainly a lot smoother, and loading speed's a lot faster than it used to be before. And I'm going on Air Koryo at IL-62. The thing regarding Air Koryo, if you fly with them, at the end of the day, you're directly funding their tyrannical government. So, Air Koryo, again, as much of an experience it would be, it's an airline I will never, ever fly. There's no way I can fly on that airline and feel good supporting the governments that run that country. MC 747? I don't think they do. I'm fairly sure they retired them late last year. Good morning, Ori, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. You fly weekly with RFS. This is got. Oh yeah, RFS. Is that the mobile one, if I remember correctly? Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's on a whole other level to a lot of platforms. Visually, certainly. Flight dynamics, X-plane still takes the king spots. But Everything else marks off any day of the week. The aircraft's stable now, no turns, no winds. Seatbelt sign off. This was a chance to stretch their legs.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
Liveries, you can download those off of the Liveries Mega Pack. It's free download. Access from their description, or from Discord, sorry. You can access from their websites. Live streams make flying awesome. So I do plan to fly the Boeing tonight. I'm going to fly it from Los Angeles LAX to Honolulu. So do expect a 747 stream tonight. A few as soon as I get decent aircraft add-ons, I might switch. I was waiting for Orbex Drawyah. I don't think you're ever going to guess an Orbex Drawyah past the simulator. At the end of the day, all the scenery is satellite information. You get a few missing landmarks here and there, but I can tell you now, I very much doubt Orbex will do a true Earth. Morning, Agustia. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, so flagging an Antarctic expedition. The amount of ice on this aircraft right now. I think for speed right now. Too much. We'll drop you to 1,000 feet per minute. We're at 1,500 this stage even. Increase you to map point 80. So try and increase the speed a little bit, try and decrease our rate of climb. What sensitivity curve would you recommend to use to switch sometimes? Doesn't sound like you're having a sensitivity issue there, Marcus. It sounds like you need to increase your dead zone. I mean, Orbex are already doing some landmark races. You've already got Orbex London Cityscape, which is not very good. You've got Sydney Cityscape, which is rather good. And so they are doing cities by city, but then with that one, when do you think they'll be doing Blackpool? How high up their list is it? Last touchdown yesterday for 747. There's still a few more 747s, just not many. Moldova, part of Romania. It's not one I've heard of, to be fair. It's like Serbia still claim Kosovo. You've got the whole Chinese Taiwanese claims over there. But I've not heard of Moldova and Romania, I must admit. Not doing too bad, Ahmed. So far so good. A small argument going on Unicom right now. You get the odd moments. Yeah, you said that the first time though, Vids. There's no need to spam that, otherwise I will be happy to mute you. EasyJet is in the Liveries pack. Just need to search for it. There are two EasyJets. You've got standard EasyJets and you've got the EasyJet's Neo livery. Yeah, the ice build-up is a little bit over the top at the moment. Hopefully they do turn down with the next couple of updates, but we'll just have to see really what they kind of have on the drawing board for us. But I'm certain it's, I guess, a known issue, quotation marks. Yep, this is Live Frost Pilots. We are live this morning. Ooh, seems to have a... Who is that? TVS1JP, that's going to be... There's like advisors online right now. How come the ice does not melt? Because above 10,000 feet it's negative temperature outside, so if I can find a temperature sensor on here, presuming it has one. No, okay, so right now outside the aircraft will be about minus 30 degrees centigrade, so ice is not going to melt that cold, and the anti-ice systems only cover the leading edge. You've got leading edge of the wings, got leading edge of the engine cowling, and the tail. So those will get heated, those will get melted, but the body of the aircraft is cool. And therefore, nothing really melts on that. Kathmandu to Paro. Let me jot that one down. Why don't you get a CP and start flying? Because I don't have £80,000 to do that. Pretty much. Welcome, Captain Octay. How you doing? Welcome to the chats. How do you use a camera like that? I've done a tutorial on how to do that. About 2 weeks ago I released it. Going to find the A300F in X11. Gatwick. Oh, very nice. Yes, I noticed the A300 released. Again, I'm on the fence with it. I want it. The question is, how often will I use X-Plane again? And so with that, there is a decision to be made. Do I spend much more on X-Plane, or do I solely focus on Microsoft Flight Simulator? How? Because at the end of the day, pilots do pay for their own flying school. So to get the initial PPL, it'll cost you about £8,000. To then do the IFR instrument training, that's another £2,000, that's on 10. And then it's about £60,000, then go through flight school for CPL, which includes everything. And in some cases, also type rating, but not every school does type rating. Some leave you kind of in neutral to kind of go on your own routes, but yeah, getting a flight license, especially one for a CPL, very expensive. Morning RNI, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Yes, that's the one, Ido Goldstein. So 300-ish liveries, sticking to community folder, should appear. Ah, thank you, Amuka, for the 199 Australian there, much appreciated. A thumbs up to you too. Passed through 35,000 now, coming up to flight level 355. Have a quick look in the cabin. Any names you recognise? Anybody worth shouting for? Let's see if Jared's on the loo right now. Nope, no famous people, no names you recognise, nothing else is supposed to know either. It's a standard flight today. Nothing to shout for. Do you want to be a real pilot? I'd like to. And so I do plan to do an NPPL at some point, so a basic private pilot's license, but almost certainly won't end up doing the anything commercial. So yeah, Jazz banned by the FAA. Certainly banned by Korean Airlines for mucking up their first class service. Live the morning, no stuff's over. Yeah, so morning lives I do on weekend Saturdays, and then I do them also on Sunday if the Saturday night flight is not a long one. Because we're doing a long haul flight tonight, I probably won't do on tomorrow morning. But as it stands, we're doing this flight today. This evening we fly from Los Angeles LAX to Honolulu, and then our final flight will be from Miami to St. Martin. So we get to enjoy a very nice slow approach over Princess Juliana. Which airline would I like to serve? I'd quite like British Airways. That'd be quite a nice one to serve. I wouldn't even mind the locals carrier. I'd fly anyone really. Ryanair for their fleet of 737s, always a good shout. I'd like to fly a Boeing, that's for sure. Even if Airbus aircraft have more comfortable cockpits, I am a Boeing lad at the end of the day. So cruising altitude, very shortly we should get to the passenger service. Still a little bit low on the speed there. I hope the aircraft is increasing that slowly but surely. Again, I don't know what keeps changing the Mach there. Should be at Mach 0.80. My graphics settings, I have done a video of my graphics settings. Well worth checking that out. I go through my graphics, I also go through my overclocking as well. You're a Boeing guy yourself, but you've grown to love the A320. I don't know, I don't really mind flying any aircraft. I'll fly whatever I'm given, basically. In sim, and again, if I've got the opportunity in real life, then I'd jump on that as well, for sure.
We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small card. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
Welcome, Mansour, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Welcome back. So at this point, well at cruising altitude. So far so good. Can you please write your 8K text delivery? I know they've done 4K, they're in 8K already. Drop me a link to it, Adel, on Discord, and I'll happily take a look at it for sure. I'm surprised we're at 8K already. It was like a week ago, like 4K was the latest step in Liveries in this. I'm using the Thrustmaster HOTAS Warthog Ropey. It's an expensive bit of kit, but very, very good. There we go, now it's cruising altitude, now cruising speeds. So we'll finally have a chance to relax a bit. Yep, cheers for that. I'll check it out once I land. How does one know to start descent? So in reality, the aircraft will have systems in place that automatically ascends through VNAV and a marker on the ND, but in sim it does not have that, and therefore you can either use the rule of 3 or you can base it off ATMRs to intercept. So in an aircraft, if you descend 2,000 feet per minute at 250 knots, you'll lose 30,000 feet and 80 nautical miles. So you can use that as a rule of thumb for your descent, or you can do the rule of 3. So if you're cruising at, in this case, 37,000, you'll do 37 times 3. So if you do that now, 37 times 3, which is 111, and therefore start descent around 111 miles from intercept. So the rate of descent there, I think, is about 1,800 rather than 2,000. Yeah, so the HOTAS Warthog stick and throttle, you got both of them, cost about $700. For mine, I paid $270, because this was before the prices increased, before everyone started buying flights and stuff, so I was fortunate to get it before the massive price hike, because it used to be about $400 for both of them as a set. price went up to 700, because at the end of the day, there's very little supply and a really high demand. But my one, I got a very, very good price. Yeah, it's a fantastic bit of kit. The stick especially, it's heavy, it's metal, it's weighty. It's a really, really good stick, this. Do you ever sleep? Sometimes you fly, go to bed, you fly again. Yeah, my sleeping schedule has been decimated by this sim. But hey, it's worth it. 400 was the original price for it. And potentially once the hype for it, once all the excitement wanes down, it may return back to its original price. Like I say, PACX went up for 270. Economics 101 by Drawyah. I mean, I did do business studies back at high school GCSE level, and so if you want to learn the basics of economics, I could probably do a stream on that one day. Whether or not people are interested in that is another question. Thank you, Aiden, for subscribing on Twitch. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you again, everyone, for the support you've shown me recently. It's been amazing. Window shades. It's there, but you can't click on it, I'm afraid. It is there. And the co-pilot has one too, but again, can't move it. The sun relatively low on the horizon. Yeah, people doing full clearance on the Unicom. Very professional from that person. So the presumption that the crest control doesn't arrive, let's open up the auto Unicom and set that one up for the approach. So I'm expecting a runway 08 right approach via the TOS V1 Echo. Coming in from the northwest. Transition flights level 110. How does tracking on FlightRadar 24 work? So FlightRadar 24 tracks real aircraft, not in sim aircraft. So if you're trying to use FlightRadar 24, it doesn't work. FlightRadar's for real airplanes, not for virtual ones. If you want to fly real airplanes, if you want to see sim planes, then there is a tool for that. So you can grab the link for it. Ooh, there's a few aircraft near us at the moment. That slash figure stats. Right, okay, let's just pilots menu. WizzAir. That's. There you go. So you can use this link there to track me on the IVAO WebEye. So it's like FlightRadar 24, but it's dedicated to IVAO flights. That sim is good, just a shame that the owners of that sim, the directors, decided to remove me and pretty much kick me into the curb. As I say, I've got a lot of respect for people who use that sim, especially controllers and users, because it's a very professional network. Just a shame the directors want nothing to do with me. Despite the fact I still stand my innocence, but I did nothing wrong. 30 ATC hasn't arrived. I'm about 500 in the queue of getting one. Soon be arriving at the midpoint of this flight. Why don't you do more flights close to the ground to have some magnificent flights in 2020 is ultimately because whenever I do fly GA and all that, those streams get about half the views because less people are interested. So we'll see. I do plan to do a couple more GA flights in the near future. What did I do and why they removed me? I did nothing, and the official reason for my banning, because there was an initial investigation which turns out, I'm not sure, they gave me no response to that, but my official reason now is VATSIM reserved the right to suspend any user for any reason at any point. So, yeah. It is what it is, I'm afraid. How many crash tests did you get? Not too many more these days, Shayan. Not too many more. There was a time where I used to get them quite a bit, but ultimately I reduced my memory clock speed, and it seemed to work quite nicely for me. My favourite cloud type, either Stratus or Calmness. Especially when they're big and fluffy. Welcome Sammy, how you doing? Watching on the chats. I have seen the Thrustmaster TCA Airbus edition. I'm not going to get one because my Thrustmaster Warthog kit is better, but I've used, so the Airbus stick is a rehashed T16000M. I have used T16000M. It's a very good stick, especially with the twisty rudder as well. It's good. It's good. I've not used that specific stick, but I've used what it's based on. And at the end of the day, anything from Thrustmaster, they're a very good company. Does he having a DirectX issue there, Rohit? Have you got the correct version of DirectX installed? Most people watching didn't even like the stream. Now like I said, I don't ever force people for anything. I don't force likes, I don't force subscriptions, I don't force donations. At the end of the day, I'm just here to fly the plane. As long as you guys are talking, so I'm not someone to talk to. It's the main thing for me. Welcome back, Pluto. How are you doing? Welcome to the chats. Not too bad. Currently doing my morning flights, and then I'm off to work on the railway today. And then tonight, fly the 747. Welcome Johan, how are you doing? Welcome to the chats. Did you ever sort out your issues with Microsoft Flight Sim? Did you ever sort? Was it? You had two issues. You had autopilot issue, and you had another issue as well of crashing. Did you ever fix that in the end? What cabin? There is no cabin in this aircraft. I'll go through the curtains there. I don't even go through it, just peek through the side of it. You'll see that there's just, well, nothing. You have two windows, a front galley, and that's about it. I am enjoying flights in 20 more than the next plane. Yes, I am. At the end of the day, it's not the perfect simulator. You don't have VNF calculations, the icing is well overdone in flight dynamics. Not as good as X-Plane. So while I'm still happy with X-Plane as a simulator, and I could still highly recommend it, for this sim, visually it's just amazing. You get the entire world's full detail, very nice level. And yeah, it's just been very good. So the camera cache is fixed, but the autopilot's still going correct. Okay, so you're about halfway there. You're about halfway there. So when you say the autopilot's acting crazy, what do you mean exactly what it's doing? Flyby, Have they? I've seen screenshots of that. I wonder. Discord open. Let's see if I can. Whoops, not microphone. You. Let me see who's my best contacts. Actually, I've got quite a few contacts at Fly-by-Wire. I wonder. Where is he? Just who's contacts. Let's see how that goes. Welcome, Methink, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. Should be in progress tab. Yes, it is. Return autopilot, the bank's looking like crazy. Are you using managed mode? What mode are you using on the autopilot? Because it shouldn't be banking. I'm on autopilot right now. It seems to be flying nice and stable for me. Speaking of which, let's plug in our... do we plug in the approach instructions now? Do I wait and see if the ATC comes online? Still offline. Don't know if they appear. No, they don't. We'll see. I'll hold it off a little bit. I'll get to about the descent stage when we start programming our approach to land. Welcome JV8, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. No idea where I hit. At the end of the day, I am not an Asobo support representative, and therefore I don't know what those areas. But like I say, that sounds like you're having a DirectX 11 issue there. Check and make sure you have DirectX 11 installed. Worst case scenario, reinstall it, because that's a D3 D11, so that's a direct something. It's direct D3 direct something, D11 DirectX 11. So it's DirectX 11 issue you're having there. I don't know what one specifically. Either reinstall DirectX 11 or contact SOF support. I can help people with flight instruction, but at the end of the day, I have no idea about tech behind the sim, and therefore very limited in the way I can help you. Landing is not for another 20, so expected arrival is 42 minutes. So based off of that, or clock at the top. Is that for the A320 or is that for any other aircraft there? Yarn. What am I saying it right? Is it Yarn or Yarna? Or Yarna? Do I pronounce the E or is that a silent E? Never asked. Do you have a pilot's license? If so, do you fly? I don't have a pilot's license. Aircraft I fly. Aircraft I've flown, I guess. I've flown the Grob 103 glider. I've flown the Icarus C-42. I have flown the Flight Design CTS-W. So it's very similar to the CTS-L, just it has a shorter wing. Ooh, a bit of thunder there. Very nice. Well, not very nice. We've got to fly through that shortly. We've got a few building thunderstorms up ahead. I guess it has been a couple of hot days over here, so it's not going to start releasing all the air out. Welcome Jacob from Norwich, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. Yes, thank you, Frost Pilots, even though 99% say they hate my voice. I guess you're that, just that 1%. A320, you only fly the A320, it's Yarn. Again, because in English that would be a silent T, but I don't quite know how the Continental names work. If you pronounce that, you will not. For example, if it was in Finnish, it would be Jarna. Sorry, Jarna would be the pronunciation of that. So you do pronounce the E every single letter. In English, it's yarn, just like the thing you knit with. Can you explain when you're putting your FS? Okay, so on the SimBrief flight plan, if you're using SimBrief, I presume, if you scroll down to the flights log, here you get the name of the waypoints and also the coordinates for it. So here, for example, Alamu's at north 4744, east 018. So basically, if you've got multiple choices to know which one to use, you can pick based on the coordinates. So SimBrief flight plan has all the details you need for it. That's much issue. Do you like Pulse Highways 3? Yes. Yes, I do. London Underground, Circle Line. Fantastic little simulator. It means now that we've got a very good Circle... Oh, Circle Line's outdated, so it uses the C-stock trains rather than the now modern S-stocks. Also, it has... Which station? Notting Hill Gate, the wrong way around. So, it's out of date and has some inaccuracy. But you've now got the Circle Line and all the subways. You've got the Metropolitan Line and District Lines for Train Simulator. And also the the Bakerloo Line on Train Sim World. So you've got 4 underground lines now within the sim. Nicely done. I know that OpenBV have a lot of underground lines on there. Well, sadly, a lot of links and websites for them are going less and less, so we are losing out on some of those now. But, yeah, it is working. I'm using display capture for Flight Sim. I'm using display capture. A little bit of turbulence, considering seatbelt sign right now, but still looking rather light to... It's unpredictable. Sticking on turbulence mode. So that's severity. So you got some red ahead of you. A little bit of green. So the green will be alright through. I'd say worth considering turning that on later. Program our approach, shall we? So we are going to erase that into you. Okay, yes, you got sign active. Right. So we're going to use the ILS for runway 08 right on the TOS V1 Echo approach.
Please return to the exit seatbelt sign is now on.
So that. The frequency hasn't set. We go find the frequencies. Ah, thank you. Fitzy for 10 Australian there. Thank you for your tutorials and streams. Learn not how you fly the analyst. Ah, nice one, man. I'm glad you've learned how to fly the sim. That's what I've done. At the end of the day, as long as people are learning, as long as people are getting the basics of streaming and simming, then, well, I'm obviously doing the right thing. At least I'm going in the right direction. A lot of the times when I do tutorials, I feel like I'm talking nonsense half the time. But at the end of the day, based on what the comments are saying, people seem to have made sense of what I'm putting forward. So, at the end of the day, it all works out. It all works out. People seem to enjoy it. Can't really fuss. I wonder, do any of you guys know the frequency for my 08 flight to be correct? I'm currently looking for the flight charts and all that. Let's perhaps look earlier then. you go, yeah. It's well worth having seatbelt signs on there, since the wind is now really starting to wreak havoc on the aircrafts. Lisbon to Fiji is yours. How long is that flight? How long is it? Very nice, Kelly. Safe flights. Does anyone have the frequency for Bucharest 08 Drawyah? I can't find it for some reason. I believe it's 108 something, but I can't seem to find it. One 103, cheers for that. And yeah, course 84, so that should be fine. Cheers for that, Barry. Did Hanover to Istanbul, very nice. How's landing? Welcome, Guy, how you doing? Shout out to the chats. So in a couple of minutes, we are going to start our descent into Bucharest. Not intense line, but smooth. Well, you're half the way there at least. Half the way there. Not landing just yet. We've got at least another 25-30 minutes left of this flight. Very kind. Sure? At the end there, you guys are watching me, so I might as well talk to you guys. Might as well enjoy it a little bit. And what's the point of me streaming? I'm just ignoring you people. It's not the way to do things. Welcome Topestar. Thank you very much for joining the watch. 3 hours you think? Went on holiday last... It's only 3 hours. Well, that's not too bad then. Okay, in that case I'll consider it maybe for the midweek. If I don't do it midweek, certainly next weekend. Yes, the group flights will be next Sunday. Next Sunday expect the group flights. No Xbox release date yet. Should be either later this year or early next year. My guess around the release of the new consoles. Oopsie. Very strong turbulence. I've seen Swiss videos. Not necessarily watch them regularly. Yeah, people enjoy the content, that's the thing with them. Some people are enjoying it, they'll go watch it. Me personally, I'm more for realism, so I'll probably go more watch like Squirrel or Jeff Abigail, people like that. But I've seen a couple of Swiss videos. Well, WizzAir is a Hungarian airline, and to whiz means to go fast. So presumably that's where the whiz reference is, rather than whizzing is to have a P. But WizzAir, faster. Extremely kind, I use OBS. A little bit turbulence, a little bit bumpy. As it looks like it has cooled off now, so it's potentially to have seatbelt sign things stay calm for a little bit longer. Yeah, both that off now without too much difficulty. So turn them off, let people walk around the cabin a little bit more. And then in a couple of minutes we start our descents.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you use the means of unexpected turbulence.
Right, so let's get ready to descend, shall we? That's 5. Altitude needs to be down at 2,500 for the approach, or the intercept, sorry. So we'll scroll down. $2,500, that's 2,000 feet per minute. That's 5, potentially drop down to Mach 0.70. Yeah, no worries, Eric. Better your channel than Swiss. Basically, you do live a lot of videos. A lot of my videos are live. A lot of my videos are full flight processes. Swiss is a bit more kind of nitty-bitty. Something exciting happens, he'll show it. So again, different channels, different styles of videos. Yeah, we'll turn that seatbelt sign back on again. It's not gonna subdue at all, is it? Says as soon as this subdues again. Yeah, no worries. I'm not doing too bad at all. Ooh, that's interesting cloud formation over there. It's like a full-on storm or something going on over there. Interesting. Yeah, so the Isle of Wights, that's the train simulator videos. Rivet Games are the first of those to approach third-party routes, and therefore a lot of excitement around that recently, that's for sure. I've been good, keeping myself relatively busy. That sounds a bit, yeah, I check what you mean there, guy, because that sounds a bit, rephrase that please. Can you play Hitman 2 sometime? I've played the original Hitman. With the Hitman games, I'm basically waiting for Steam free weekends, because at the end of the day, if you can play the game and virtually complete them all within the weekend, I'll wait for the free weekends, basically. My video, cheers to that guy. Yeah, a bit of strong turbulence. Nothing too bad just yet. Certainly enough to keep the aircraft going strong. Weather like in Bucharest right now. Let's get the meta information up because this could be quite sad. No, there we go. Meta LROP. No ATC, no ATC. Yeah, so it's 9 knot winds, 260. Broken 500, 16G16. Okay. So there's a little bit of wind right now. It shouldn't cause us too many problems. Too many is the keywords there. Let's jump down to the FMS, program our performance. So QNH 1011. Gets the buttons. Temperature is 16 degrees centigrade, 2.16. Magnitude of wind is 2609. Transition altitude 11,000. Approach speed 149. Decision heights will be 455. Bit of a thunderstorm, bit of a turbulent approach so far. A nice little storm cell to our right, you can see where the clouds kind of raise up. So that's a change from low pressure to high pressure right there. Otherwise, yeah. Slowly setting behind us. How do you stream speeds? That's using FlyLive Studio. FlyLive Studio is the overhead displays. So it looks like this, and you set up an overlay with this. Yes, pilots avoid communists like the plague, of course. Again, if you ever find yourself caught in one, expect, well, you can see where the wall of the cloud is, and you can see where the wall of the turbulence is. I turned you to weather and turbulence. It should get a little bit more hectic, that ND. Give it seconds to refresh. But yes, turbulence mode right now, really not looking too grand. Nope, no issues with autopilots. I have never had an issue with autopilots. I see so many people complaining about the sim doing this and that. Yet here I am, flying every single week without a single care in the world. I haven't used Sim Toolkit Pro. It's one of those tools where I mean to use it, but I never sit down and use it. But I'll think about it. Certainly one to consider. Evidence, you're on the A320neo team, aren't you? I think you're someone else. Oh yeah, if you're using AI pilots, AI pilots problems, I'd never touch it. In fact, I've turned it off because it's just such a tool. It's a tool that I never ever use. Don't need it. Just fly on your own. stay on the right. A bit of thunder, sorry. Fortunately, our approach, so you've got some turbulence to our left, turbulence to our right, but you've got a nice little clear bubble where there's no problems for us. So I'm taking that. Past through 20,000, 6 miles, but yeah, we're doing alright for our descent race at the moment. I believe NavBlue are set to release their data. They plan to do their own chart system as well, so it is planned, it's just a case of waiting for it to arrive. Right, seatbelt sign's already on right now, so no need to switch that. About 20 minutes to a landing. Also through 20,000 feet. Is this the first time? Nope, I've had a couple of thunderstorms in the past. I've had much more severe ones than this as well. Do I have the Navigraph? No, I don't. It's, again, one of the add-ons that I mean to pick up at some point, but I just never go and do. There's a lot of add-ons where I want to get, or I say I'm going to get it, and then it just sits in the online shopping basket for the rest of eternity. You should see my Amazon list right now. I do need to buy a few things on Amazon, and I might just buy it all at one go. Landing in 18 minutes. Use the clock. Well, actually, I'm using the above clock. It is slightly different because ETA is as the crow flies. That takes none of the routing into account. The expected arrival is based on flight time and therefore doesn't change. So if I say it's on our 15-minute flight, I must do it in 1 hour 15, or the passengers see I'm coming late. I can always say that I'm slightly delayed or slightly early, but again, best try to avoid that. So using both of those times there gets a meaning of something. One day we'll get a proper tool which shows the arrival, or even the aircraft does it in the sim, something that the A320 should do, but does not yet do. Good morning DJ, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. Passing through 16,000 now. Welcome Flyby, how you doing? Welcome to the chats. I wish there was a function you could see the nautical miles from an airport, which having a flight plan. There is, I think. Yeah, there you go. So TOS waypoint, which we're flying to now, is 429 miles from the departure. There you go, distance 474. So we're about 55 miles from the airport. Yeah, that's about alright. Again, let's take the routing into account. This is default in-sim weather. Default weather. That is frost, so it's slowly melting away now. It's actually a bit frozen, the aircrafts. Cabin crew, 10 minutes landing, 10 minutes.
Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat button.
Right, so set
Cabin crew,
that
10
up
minutes
now.
landing, 10 minutes.
Not long to go now till we land. On the localizer. So yeah, just under 40 miles to go now. We'll increase our descent rate now to about we'll go to 300 feet per minute descent rate. And we'll adjust that when needed. Yes, all distances are measured in nautical miles in aviation. Oh, yeah, the Antonov 225 recently, have you? Are they still building second one? Have they recently got the plans for it? Have they decided to actually build a second 225 yet? How do you have so much free time? I don't. I certainly don't. I've got a full-time job. These live streams are basically a job for me. I do a volunteer railway as well, so that's another thing I've got to keep on. So there's a lot I'm doing right now. Free time, very scarce. I just managed to, it's not so much how much free time you've got, it's more, how do you manage your time? How do you plan everything out? So at the end of the day, a flight's going to be a specific length, and so I know that if this flight is 1 hour 15 minutes, I now know 1 hour 15 minutes plus half an hour, so that's up plus 20 minutes ending. Sort it all out, you've got 2 hours or so of flying, full stop. So that's 2 hours there. Then I go to work from this time to this time. In the evening I'll do this and that, so it all works out. Yes, this is set to live weather, not so much live time. On to Tokyo, very nice. Show my FPS. Does FlyLive do that? Yes, it does. There you go. Frame rate. Something about a solid 27, 28, which for YouTube 30 FPS streaming is more than enough. They held it indefinitely, have they? Fair enough. There we go, we are connected to the ILS beacon there at Bucharest. And so at this point, it's just a case to now bring it down to the glide path. sights? I don't think so. Oh yeah, that was just there. So it's down to 200 knots. Increase our descent rate slightly. Get ready to start lowering the flaps. Some spoilers have to slow down. That's one. So 180 knots. 170. Two. A little bit on the high side, but make those small adjustments to get the aircraft down again. That's 3. There we go. So watching the diamonds now. As long as that stays relatively central, should be alright. So push the aircraft more into the glide path there. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing.
Cabin crew, please be seated for landing.
Turn on the localizer, since that's almost central. So right, we shall just that's approach mode set. Let the aircraft do all the work now. Speed is 147, was it? 149. Brake sets to low. Spoilers. Retracts and arms. Flaps down 4. Right, pre-land checklist. Gear down. 6 miles ago, yeah. So gear down now, that'll do. Gear down, 3 greens, brake set, spoilers armed, landing lights active. We'll announce we have final. Just gone and lost sync there slightly. So leave on localizer mode, but we'll activate the approach mode again once that's a bit more centered. So reduce you down to 0. So, almost there. A little bit low, but kind of adjusting that now. I'll reduce you to 100 feet per minute descents. Diamond getting close to the centre. As soon as that's in line, we will do that. Unfortunately, our internet hasn't died on us, so we should get a landing in today. There we go, that's better. Oh yes, we are ready for landing. Now it's landing intentions. Cabin check as well, so do the full land checklist on the ECAN there. As soon as that's all set, we're good to go. So at 1000 we shall switch off the autopilots, guide the rest of the way. So relatively shallow approach to this, so nothing for us to really worry about today. Right, let's do this. Pilots deactivates. Miss approach altitude sets. Not really a sync rate. Just some adjustments to get the aircraft stable. I can start GPWS on the overhead panel, but at this stage, probably not. It's a bit late for that, I'd say. Committed, we are committed.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Thrust sets. Knots. 6 knots. Thrust cuts. Full stop on the runway. Is that part of the requirements here? To be fair, where does the runway lead to? Apart from, you got a couple of taxiways to our left. What may do with one of those? Or at least the next one, because that one doesn't seem to have a taxiway line on it, and has next on it. Yeah, we'll go to the next one.
We have reached our destination. The local time is 6:49 p.m. and it's currently about 70 degrees Celsius.
It's 139 feet per minute. It's a little bit on the soft side, but not a bad landing by any means.
To a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bin, as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
So, vacate to the left. And let's now taxi down to the terminal, which could take a couple of minutes to be fair. Since we're now on the very far side of the airport. Flaps up. APU starts. Then lights off, taxi lights sets. There we go. Sydney to Melbourne. I did that flight about 2 weeks ago. It was a good flight. Had ATC on the approach there. Very nice indeed. Do I fly in real life? No. No, I don't. Yeah, yet to master the 747. Same here. Same here. With the 747, I either have a really good touchdown or big, heavy, horrible mess. I'm yet to have an in-between. Microsoft Flight Sim has time acceleration. I just don't know how to use it, or I never use it anyway in the first place. Because at the end of the day, I like doing full flights. But it does have time acceleration, yes. Nope, not default scenery. This is mod scenery. So freeware scenery off of Flight Sim.2. And yeah, it looks rather good, doesn't it? Got a chance to kind of look around once you get to the gates as well. Seen that craft in distance over there. Few planes that stand right now. Not quite sure whether there's a Jetstar there, but obviously a little lost. Not sure there's any nice airlines there either. Both a little bit lost. Tokyo to Osaka. I can add to my list, certainly. Especially with the high quality Japan scenery. There's a lot to look at on those kind of flights now, so let me add that to my list. We've got blue flashing lights of the fire department over there. Very interesting. In terms of the stand, well, the terminal's over there. Let's open up to one of those. Jetstar on loan to Wizz. Maybe. Maybe. Which server you are? We're on IVAO today, flying on IVAO. It's not Romanian gypsies, it's Romani gypsies. And likewise, the PC term is travellers, as the term gypsy is derogatory, so yes, it is what it is. I'm not here to police what people say and believe. No ATC in Bucharest, I don't think. Nope, 12.8 Unicom right now. So I turned a bit too early there, have I? If I have, I can... yeah, I'll work around that. So I turned a bit too early there. I'll just taxi to the end, make a left, and then taxi back around again. You're not Romanian, and you're not a gypsy. It's like, the other no, Irish travellers. The derogatory term, Irish gypsies. The PC term, Irish travellers. Requesting takeoff clearance from N08. Right. No response to my we get back to saying that you don't need takeoff clearance. You're on Unicom. Go to a straight line first. Fly with me. Well, tune in next Sunday. We have group flights coming up. So yeah, let's use the stand over here. That looks like the same one for us to use. Back and hold position. Parking brake sets. APU bleed sets. Engines off. Seatbelt sign off. Turn it off here as well. And lights. Taxi lights off, sorry. Beacon lights off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bucharest. Local temperature outside 40 degrees centigrade. A little bit thundery, but relatively clear skies. And we should get you into terminal in just a couple of minutes. We thank you for flying with WizzAir today, and we hope that you have a safe and on the journey, and hopefully see us again in the very near future. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. Nope, not on your service, no. Generic address, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bucharest. Local temperature outside 40 degrees centigrade. A little bit thundery, but relatively clear skies. We should get you to terminal in just a
Right, so
couple
we're
of
across the
minutes.
jet bridge now.
We thank you for flying with WizzAir today, and we hope that you have a
So
safe
power
journey.
active, APU
Hopefully
off,
see us again in
off
the
the
very near
anti-lights
future.
as well.
Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
There we have it. So as the jet bridge connects, we shall open the doors and let passengers deboard the aeroplane. Will that reach? Is that telescopic in any way? Give me a bit of a squeeze, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it's telescopic. Okay, that's perfect. What PACX did you use? I use PACX, TFDi designed PACX. Let's expedite deboarding. And let's let the passengers now leave the aeroplane. So I use the PACX menu, you can see the passengers now leave from the forward and rear, well, rear door as well, but forward mainly. Neil Scott, his name I recognise from somewhere. Alright, let's end the flights. Let's have a look at our end of flight reports. So, WizzAir 3054, A320neo from Vienna to Bucharest. Flight time was hour 14, planned departure 7:10, departure 7:08, planned arrival 8:25, planned 22. 17 people on board, no fire satisfaction, 1:40 touchdown rate with a block time 1:31. Soft landing, passengers happy, all good at the end of the day. Let's open up the records. Let's us drop the link in the chat for you guys. So if you want to check out the end of flight report for yourself in a bit more detail, it takes a few seconds to upload, so it'll be an error for now, but in a short bit that will appear as a link. And yeah, there's our end of flight reports. So at this point the aircraft now will be doing a turnaround, do one more trip at the end of the day, probably to the UK. Otherwise, I think that brings us to the end of our stream today. So thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all for tuning in today. We shall do another stream this evening, so flying 747 from LAX to Honolulu, so do stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. You take care of yourselves. Ooh, hang on, no, not just yet. Let's have a quick look at the terminal here as well. So you're saying it's like a shape of a violin, if I go to the top down. Which in this case, it is. There's your base. And there's your roof. So it's a freeware scenery. It's a freeware scenery that someone's developed for the flights not to. Very nicely detailed. You've even got people inside the aircraft, the terminal as well. Boarding and leaving, so very nice detail there. And yeah, genuinely looks like a really nice bit of scenery this. I'll fly from here a bit more often. And like I say, it's a freeware scenery, so and free download as well. Right, well, I say thank you for watching. You take care of yourselves, and I shall see you in the very near future. Take care, enjoy your weekends. Bye bye.